All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Todd Browse. It is February 26th, 2026. Open disruption broadcasting from the very near future. Please follow me on my Substack. Follow me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I could turn on monetization and maybe buy an Apple. Not a computer. I meant just an Apple. Um, for those of you who don't know me, I do teach a class at the School of Visual Arts, AI for Creatives, Strategies for Success. So if you know any creatives who are concerned that AI is disrupting what they do, please have them take my class. I'm 95% confident that they will learn something useful. North Star is a quote from Kareem Lakhani. The marginal cost of cognition and creativity is dropping to $0. That is the world we currently live in. We have to figure out how to navigate it. The smartest person you can hire is not a human. Think about that. How do you compete with that? Welcome to the new age of human history. It's called Anno Intelligentiae, the age of intelligence. It means that we have to rethink everything that we do. We are not the only intelligence on the planet anymore. And a lot of this stuff is very, very disruptive. This is a model of the disruptive innovation model, a diagram of the disruptive innovation model applied to software developers disrupted by AI-assisted coding. And it's attacking from the bottom up. And this is the actual article from Clayton Christensen in HBR from a bunch of years ago. The disruptive innovation model helps explain a lot of what's going on, that the junior jobs, the low-end jobs are being automated and being replaced by artificial intelligence, by generative AI, and we need to pay attention to all of it. A lot of the things that we're starting to see in terms of the agentic AI are these zero-touch systems where you really just give it a go, give it a mission, and it goes and does it, where there's really little interaction with these systems. This is about maximizing trust. So as these tools and agents get better and better and better, and I should say it's not just an agent, it's a pipeline of agents, they're delivering on the mission. AGI, artificial general intelligence, is in fact here. This is an article from February 2nd, Nature magazine. Does AI already have human level intelligence? The evidence is clear. The long-standing problem of creating AGI has been solved. We have to come to terms with this. Don't look at the data points, look at the slope. Look at how fast things are changing. Also, don't look at the outliers. Okay, we oftentimes talk about, the Taylor Swifts of the distribution, and we refer to that as see how good everything is because there's a Taylor Swift. That is not a good idea. We really need to focus on the average and the spread of the distribution when we're talking about populations. It's really important. I catch myself sometimes using an example as an analogy, but I wind up using an outlier example and not an average example. Very important. Some new slides. When the AI is at the 90th percentile and a user is sitting at the 50th percentile, they're called a student, not a supervisor. The user is no longer a supervisor. They're the student who doesn't even know that they're in class. Do not be this person. The problem is that's the average of the population sits here. When the LLM is smarter than you, you're the student. Okay. The flip side to that is when the user is at the 99th percentile and the AI is sitting at the 90th percentile, they're called a supervisor. That's a supervisor. They're not a student. Most people, myself included, aren't here. I hope to think I'm somewhere in the red zone. I don't know. This is something that we all have to understand that, and again, there's the jagged frontier. It's not perfect in every single task, in every single role. I get it. But this is what we have to contend with. And if you are, let me go back a slide. If you're somewhere in here, okay, how do you know? How can you judge the output of an agentic AI system to determine if it's good or not? You're not smart enough to know. This is the problem. I'm not smart enough to know sometimes. I don't have the ability to judge it. So it requires a lot of research when that happens. I recently just, this past Monday, I gave a presentation at the Berkeley Open Innovation Seminar. The topic was sovereignty effects. I've not posted that recording yet. There's a couple things there I think I need to edit out. But this is the other aspect that we're seeing where these agents are creation of bounded and delegated decision-making entities that are inside organizations that can perceive through organizational information systems and decide within encoded policy and act via the tools that we've talked about, and where humans are shifting from direct operators to governors of authority, governors of incentives and accountability, that human in the loop, the HITL. So the sovereignty effects is what we're starting to see this within the organization. I've also talked about how the software as a service is dead, SaaS is dead. We had a live session discussion a few weeks ago at HBAP Startups. That was absolutely fantastic. But there's something that's greater than software as a service, and it's governance as a service. We are going to start to see systems, and this is a major opportunity for startups and enterprises, the governance layer. How do we know that the sovereignty is actually working properly? How do we know that the zero touch is actually doing something correct? We need systems of record implementation that these agents can actually work with. So governance as a service is something that we will start to see. And I also saw a couple of people recently talking about liability as a service. So then all of a sudden, someone's going to take on the responsibility of making sure that the system goes properly. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, into the news. Again, if you've got any questions, please raise your hands. Just a reminder, I am recording this and it will be posted on YouTube. This is my latest article on my Substack. Please subscribe to this. The more subscribers I get, and pledge, help me out with some money if you could. I'll ask for it. And then of course subscribe to my YouTube channel because then I can eventually monetize it. Share it with your friends, please. All right, into the deep of this. In case you haven't seen it, Nano Banana was released today. Very exciting. Sorry, Nano Banana version 2 was released today. The prompt share is coming in. I don't have that much in terms of Nano Banana 2 prompt share, just because I've got tons of prompt share later. But it's doing really well in the leaderboards. Apparently, this is incredible. It's also less expensive than it was previously, so something to pay attention to. They also released this new tool or demo in AI Studio, Google's AI Studio. I don't know what this window seat functionality where you can actually specify a location and a view and a date and time, and it'll create something for you, a demo of what they're doing. Some more stuff in Nano Banana 2, the arena #1, ranked #1 in the image arena. Awesome stuff. Some prompt share that they showed. Just beautiful stuff. 4:1 panoramic photo. Like, seriously, I don't think I would be able to tell if that was AI generated. I just don't. Not if I was scrolling on Instagram. Nano Banana 2 is here. It's funny. The other day we were talking about in class about sketching on a image to tell the AI exactly what I wanted it to do, and it failed. Nano Banana was failing to do that. We had to go in and fix things. But now Nano Banana 2 is actually doing that. Nano Banana 1 was failing at that. So that's very exciting. And just why is this not moving? Just some examples. Love it. Exciting. Feel like that's old. Omnicom to axe and relocate more jobs as it doubles cost savings to $1.5 billion. For those of you who are in the advertising industry, pay attention to how the large agencies are shifting their employment and their business models, thanks to AI. The path to ubiquitous AI. This is a great article. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to give everyone the links for tonight. Give me a second. My bad. I think I have it posted. Should be posted. Here we go. February 26th. So you don't have to like screen grab any of this stuff. I always forget to do that. Here we go. So I put in the Zoom chat the links for all of these articles and all of my stuff today. So everybody's got them, so you don't have to like screen grab and waste time. Anthropic making frontier cybersecurity capabilities available for defenders. They now are adding security features into Claude and Claude Code. So this is absolutely fantastic. So if you're building stuff, you can now ask these tools to make sure that everything is secure. OpenAI employees raised alarms about Canada shooting suspect months ago. So this becomes a liability debate and question that we're going to have to navigate. I'm not sure exactly what the answer here is. Should ChatGPT and OpenAI inform people and tell on their users? Maybe. Warp introducing Oz, the orchestration platform for cloud agents. So if you are building agents and automations, this is another tool. I don't recommend it, but it hit my feed. It's like, oh, this looks like it should be worth playing with. So Warp has Oz. Latest update from Midjourney, version 8 rating party final round. So they're about to release a new model, which will be exciting. So you can actually play with it. Version 8 rating party. Gemini 3.1 and Claude 4.6 is a hot, honestly wild what you can build. Google Earth Palantir had a baby. So this is really interesting use case between the two models. Wide frame, do hours of video work in minutes. We help with 75% of the video work that happens outside the nonlinear editor. So this hit my feed, something worth mentioning to the creatives in the room. Find footage by meaning, intent in, sequences out. Don't generate in a vacuum. If somebody wants to play with this, let me know if this is worth is video editing dead? Yeah, well, okay. Backed by YC. Wide frame. Worth trying. Meter, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. One of my favorite analytics companies following AI. Research note, analyzing coding agent transcripts to upper bound productivity gains from AI agents. One of the things that I mentioned on my talk on Monday was capturing the tacit knowledge within the organization. When you re-architect your uh, company from the ground up with agents, you can now capture that tacit knowledge. When two agents figure out how to solve a problem, you can capture that. It codifies it. You can now use that. So this was a great study on LLM judge estimation and quality. Um, DeepSeek is rumored to be releasing version 4 very soon. There's a couple of controversies coming out. I'm not really sure, so I kind of removed them from tonight's stuff. I wasn't sure what's going to happen with DeepSeek, but they're rumored to have a new one very soon. Kling 3.0 Pro is now available in LTX Studio. So if you are doing a lot of stuff, Kling is now one of the models available in LTX Studio. Fantastic. Detecting and preventing distillation attacks. So this is a report that has gone kind of viral and very controversial from Anthropic. Um, they they found that DeepSeek Moonshot Minimax extracted Claude's capabilities through a distillation attack. So basically, they got dozens and dozens of accounts, actually probably thousands of accounts, and they asked Claude information. And they were able to use the output of Claude to train their models. And this is what we do in distillation. So the distillation process, so that you can understand this, is you have a large model, a foundation model, that is a teacher model. And you want to train a student model. And you can use the teacher model to create a data set that is used to train the student model. In this case, I believe that it's mostly used for reinforcement learning, but this is what they caught. Now, the controversy here is, didn't Anthropic just, get a $1.5 billion, settlement for copyright infringement? So here's Anthropic complaining that their stuff was stolen, yet they trained on all of this stuff. All the training data was copyright infringement. So yeah, great irony. I don't think anybody's going to care. The persona selection model, I forget what this was. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to read this. They express joy after solving tricky coding tasks. They express distress as they get stuck. So, persona information. You gotta like agents that have personalities. Computer use models shouldn't learn from screenshots. We built a foundation model that learns from video like humans do. FDM1 can construct a gear in Blender. Actually, that was what caught my eye. This was it. I don't think there's audio here, but Blender gear extrusion. So the model is doing this. The LLM is creating the gear. I think. I don't know. Scary. Exciting. First fully general computer action model. Artificial Analysis, State of AI Year-End Edition. This was their report. You might want to take a look at this. They go into all of the details of where we are in the state of AI. Again, this is from the end of last year, but we're end of February. So, Agents of Chaos. What was this? Autonomous agents with real tools tested by real people. Six agents. Full picture failures and successes. Case studies. Um, this is a 2-week study of autonomous language model agents deployed in a live multi-party environment with persistent memory, email, shell access, and real human interaction, tested by 20 researchers interacting both benignly and adversarially. So, really interesting paper, interesting research on this. No, I've not read this. It's on my to-do list. Claude Cowork has some new updates. Again, this is like incredibly disruptive. So they even have some legal stuff in there. If you are a Claude user, take a look at Cowork. Google Labs, Opal. I'm actually thinking next for the students in who are taking my class this term. I think we're going to start to play with Opal next in class on Tuesday. This is one of Google's Labs free wire up agentic tools. They just added some new features. This agent step that analyzes your goal, determines the best approach, and automatically calls the right tools. This is compelling. This is going to be worth playing with. So I think we're going to take a little bit of a detour in class on Tuesday and do some breakout rooms and play with this tool. I think it's time to start doing that. Anthropic's education report, the AI fluency index. So you know, behavioral indicator prevalence, iteration and refinement, the artifact effect. All right, so how AI helps break the cost barrier to COBOL modernization. When they released this, IBM stock plummeted because it meant that the consulting and coding that IBM has been doing with COBOL was no longer as valuable. So that SaaS is dead. Here's a consulting service that has now taken a major hit. So Claude can program in COBOL. There you go. This hit my feed. I have not tried this. Son Auto.ai, another competitor of Udio and Suno, and the other audio platforms that are out there. I don't know if it's ethically created or not, but I saw it. I thought it was worth mentioning. Scheduled tasks in Cowork. I apologize for that being out of order. Flow by Google. Now, so this is if you are on the Pro plan, Ultra plan with Google. Flow's got some new features. Seamless workflows, easier way to create images and videos together, seamless prompting and editing with natural language. So take a look at Flow. Let me know if that's a good tool for you. This was their announcement. More ways to create with image and video, flexible asset management, natural editing and precision controls. Yeah, I've not really played with Flow. Uh, uh, Papers, I've got a scattering of these things. AI arms and influence frontier models exhibit sophisticated reasoning and simulated nuclear crises. This is a really good paper. It's a really good study. And in fact, I just want to point out they discovered that the models, when in a life and death situation, go for death. In some cases, I might be misstating that. Um, they demonstrate that frontier language models engage in sophisticated strategic reasoning when placed in simulated nuclear crises. So the thing that was really cool about this is in the appendix. One, how the researcher created the simulation. This is really good. Number two, their cognitive architecture. So for the HVAPers in the room, I was posting about this in WhatsApp. Um, this is I didn't say anything about this because I wanted to like this is really impressive. I'm using stuff similar to this again, not for nuclear simulation, but like this structure is really good. So when you're building out your own agents, take a look at what they're doing here with this paper. Absolutely fantastic. Um, Simulated nuclear crises. Anthropic ditches its core safety promise in the middle of an AI red line fight with the Pentagon. Yeah, of course they were going to cave. You don't give up $200 million and any second and third order effects if all of a sudden the Pentagon bans you and then every other government contractor can't use your tool. So of course they're going to back down and change their new thing. Responsible scaling policy version 3, they just released this and explained how they're addressing artificial intelligence. Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. This keeps coming back. I know I've shown this in the past. This was from last June, but this diagram keeps popping up over and over again. So there, this singularity of extinction or the singularity of a benign scenario of where we might be going in terms of uh, AI scenarios. So I figured I'd mention that again. And this was another article from last year. Will AI replace your job? Perhaps not in the next decade. Okay, that's good. I like that. Um, let's not replace our jobs. This Center for AI Safety has an AI dashboard. I don't pay attention to this as much as I probably should. But test capabilities, vision capabilities, risk index, automation. Yeah, lots of little graphs, lots of metrics to keep track of, and to see where we are. But like you can also see, like here's the ARC AGI2 results. Hacker used Anthropic's Claude to steal sensitive Mexican data. This was sent to me by a friend. Yeah. Oh boy. Pay attention to this. I feel really, uh, uh, we're going to be seeing more of this. I think that hackers using AI to get to hack. This is some homework for everyone. This is on 60 Minutes. I'm going to copy and paste this into the Zoom chat so you have this readily available. This is a fantastic segment on AI art. Uh, watch it. We'll talk about it. Very good one. Um, Epoch AI, driven by investments in AI, hyperscaler capital expenditures have grown 70% per year since the release of GPT-4, nearing $500 billion in total during 2025. If this trend continues, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, and Oracle will spend $770 billion on CapEx this year alone. So lots of money is being spent. Are we in a bubble? I don't know, but lots of money is being spent. Oh, Stitch from Google, they're like releasing updates constantly. I cannot believe it. This is one of my favorite tools if you are a user interface designer. And I have no idea if I'm going to get the gig or not, but uh, uh, I had an opportunity to teach at another school in their user experience, user interface design, and fingers crossed. But this is how do I navigate this? It's like, here's a tool that replaces the job that they're in school to learn. Like okay, really? Like, so you're going to spend 2 years getting a master's degree in user experience and user interface design, and here you can just prompt and go. So the class that I'm teaching at Cal Lutheran next month, this is one of the tools I'm teaching them. I'm teaching MBA students how not to hire a designer to design the user interface for their platforms. I am definitely not happy about this, but that's the job. The job is state of the art tools. This is one of the tools. And what they did was, what's new about here is they made it easier to, yeah, sorry, you're welcome. They made it easier to make the actual individual edits. You can kind of see in this video. So you can select a screen, hit edit, drop down, grab the edit tool, and then double click to center it, and then double click again and you're just describing what you want to change. Prior to today in Stitch, I had to export the code, which they sometimes disable, bring it, really, what happened last week was go from Stitch into AI Studio, build the code, take the code, bring it into Cursor, go into Cursor, and then actually select the elements and make the design changes or typos or whatever functionality changes that I needed. Now they just completely short-circuited almost all of that. I can make the changes directly in Stitch and then export the code to Cursor and build the backend, build the rest of whatever needs to be built. So absolutely fantastic tool. Yeah, direct edits. Epoch AI, the least understood driver of AI progress, another really good article, doing more with what we have. I'm not going to scroll this, but take a look at that. 2028 Global Intelligence Crisis. This paper went viral and it also triggered another little stock market crash. Um, Read this. Actually, I'm going to just copy this. Citrini Research. If you have not seen this yet, This is worth a read. It's by the way, just so everyone understands, this is a scenario, not a prediction. That it takes place in the future, and the disruption accordingly. Um, so future forward thinking. This is not stuff that we haven't talked about over the past 3 years in class. So most of the stuff we've explored. I'm just glad that it's now going viral. This was actually really interesting. Halo, the most important investing theme of 2026 is Halo, heavy assets, low obsolescence. So if you are a business, if you're looking to, or if you're creating a business, or if you're in an incumbent business that is looking at what moats you might have against the agentic AI automations, heavy assets, low obsolescence is definitely a North Star there. Um, so pay attention. A good article from Josh Brown. Perplexity Computer was just released. I have not played with this. I've not seen it. Frontier AI models are getting smarter. The best are becoming so capable that the products built around them are bottleneck for showing their true potential. So they're introducing Perplexity Computer, unifies every current AI capability into a single system. Yeah, this is going to be fun to play. More claw stuff. So if you we've been talking about OpenClaw for the last couple of months now. Um, it went viral about a month ago. How I built an autonomous AI agent team that runs 24/7. This is a great little article on how they went about building this. Fantastic. By the way, don't play with OpenClaw. Okay, just don't touch it. The reason I'm saying is because it is mind-blowingly insecure. I've mentioned this in the past. There are ways to secure it. Do not give it access to your files. Do not run it on your computer. Do not give it to your email address. Do not give it to your calendar. Give it access to your calendar. Don't do any of those things. Okay. Do not. I mean, the ones that I'm using, the agents that I've deployed, they don't even have access to the internet. They are focused only on their internal universe that I've given them. Okay. Small tasks. They're not, I'm crippling them. So, they can do more. I'm just not prepared to deal with the security issues. 11 hacks that will make your OpenClaw go from useless to AGI. This is a paper on benchmark saturate when the model gets smarter than the judge. Again, this was that diagram that I gave earlier. There it is. Benchmark saturate when the model gets smarter than the judge. There you go. AI is smarter than us. Jeez. 7 things I wish someone told me before I almost gave up on OpenClaw. So just some hints on using the claw. 50 skills to upgrade your OpenClaw and outperform 99% of people. So there's a lot of these things. OpenClaw Security 101. This is also very good. So things you can do to secure your system. I'm using it through SSH at the moment. But yes, you should be putting a firewall onto your virtual machine or system itself. Most people use OpenClaw like a search engine. That's where they're getting mediocre results. Thank you very much. OpenClaw plus Codex or Claude Code, Agent Swarm, the one-person dev team, full setup. So this person described how they were able to build out an entire development team of Claw agents. Absolutely cool. I don't know if I would do that, but it works. Um, Quen 3.5. I think I mentioned this last week. I can't even remember. They just released Quen 3.5. And they have a bunch of small models, which I started to play with the 35 billion A3 billion model. This is a 35 billion parameter with active 3 billion. I was able to run this on my local computer. It's not the fastest LLM, but the quality is pretty darn good. I use LM Studio for that. If you want, during overtime, I can pull that up and we can try it. Although, when I run this model, it takes up so much memory. It might not run with Zoom and Chrome open, but it's impressive. No question about it. Producer AI, your music creation partner, now in Google Labs. So Producer AI joined Google Labs for more music gen. This was a person who went through a tutorial on how they run their entire business with AI agents with their full OpenClaw setup. I would never do this yet. I don't trust it. It's not secure unless this person completely isolated these bots properly. And by the way, I just want to point out that the OpenClaw is actively being developed by lots and lots of researchers and coders and agent AI coders. Security is the number one priority. So they are focusing like just everything on security. They're adding stuff, pull releases every day. Tom's hardware AI tool OpenClaw wipes the inbox of Meta's AI alignment director despite repeated commands to stop. AI stop doing this, and it still did it. The executive had to manually terminate the AI to stop the bot from continuing to erase data. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Not at all. Don't do this. Don't be this guy. I'm telling you now, please. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is like, don't. Why your OpenClaw agent keeps forgetting everything and how to fix it in under 15 minutes. There's a couple of memory options here. Mem0 is the one that I've had a lot of success with. And then what's the other one? QDM, is that the one? Yeah, oh sorry, QMD. Way to be dyslexic, child. QMD, and then Mem0 is the one that I think is, better because memory that can't be erased. Um, anyway, good article on ways to improve your claw. This hit my feed. So Minimax, the Chinese company, they now have Max Claw, your 24/7 personal assistant, so you can run it on their platform. I don't know what it costs or what they're offering, but I haven't even looked at it. But yeah, okay, good. Give them a few dollars, let them run whatever. They'll learn from it. It's going to China. It's fine. This was a great article report from FAL. They are one of the companies that does the API stuff. State of generative media. Um, Good article on where things are in terms of the state of the AI. Actually, I'm going to put this into the Zoom chat so everybody has this readily available. Dude, good article. Should probably add that to the asynchronous. Okay, what was this? Pika AI selves. AI you birth, raise, and set loose to be a living extension of you. They are rich, multifaceted beings with persistent memory and maybe even a peanut allergy. It's up to you. Have them send pictures to your group chat, make a video game about your fish, call your mom while you do anything but call your mom. Don't do that. That's not cool. The possibilities are as myriad as the stars. Get on the list to give birth to your Pika.me. Okay. Yep. Love it. Thermodynamic computer can mimic AI neural networks using orders of magnitude less energy to generate images. So we are seeing a lot of research in new chips, new designs. Thermodynamic computing is definitely something that we need to be paying attention to. Uh, we'll see if this goes, replaces our current systems, uh, but definitely worth paying attention to. Some graphics research. PhysX, anything simulation ready physical 3D assets from a single image. This is really interesting to pay attention to. Again, this is the reason why I show this stuff is like, okay, here's what's coming out in terms of graphics research. We're going to start to see this integrated into these models very, very quickly. Yep, beautiful. Infinity Rope is a paper on Infinity Rope. I think we may have mentioned this in the past, but it was accepted. What was this? Archie, an AI-powered procedural architecture generator. So one of the things that I keep an eye on is the design for manufacturing constraints. I feel like I've yet to see, I mean, that blender example that I showed earlier of making the gear, like that's okay, that's compelling. I still think that design for manufacturing is outside the jagged frontier at the moment. I've yet to see a AI completely CAD up a new object, like whether it's a soda bottle or anything in CAD that makes it with the constraints so that it can be manufactured cheaply, effectively, that meets whatever manufacturing constraints, supply chain constraints, molding, undercuts, that kind of stuff. I've yet to see that coalesce. That's not to say that it's someone else isn't doing it. I just haven't seen it. But this was really interesting to me. Um, yeah, text to architecture via Claude. Psh, unbelievable. Video AI is moving from aesthetic vibes to world understanding. VBVR, a foundation scale up video for video reasoning. Um, Video reasoning is important. Dream 5 Lite live on Higgs field. Another model, Dream version 5 Lite, multi-image blending. I don't know if this compares to Nano Banana 2, but it's there. This was interesting.
It does actually.
Oh,
It,
sorry, what'd you say, Kevin?
it does compare. Because Nano Banana was not working all day. Nano Banana Pro has been down all day over the last 2 days. So I had to
Yep.
look for some other things, and I did use Seed Dream 5 and
Oh,
the
nice.
full
Okay.
one for editing. Yeah,
Cool.
stills. It
I mean, well,
absolutely,
and in Google's defense, Nano Banana 2 was released today, so that's why it's been down.
yeah, the Pro. Yeah, the
No,
Pro.
no, no. Version 2.
Oh, okay.
It's better than Pro.
Yeah. The Pro was down all day.
Yeah, everything's down. Yeah,
They're
Google's.
just they're suffering from too much popularity, and I mean they had the whole market. Everybody
Yeah.
wants it, and then all of a sudden I just have to sit there and it just sits there and grinds, or it can't do what I ask it. So anyway,
Well, that and we have a good understanding of why is because they just announced version Nano Banana 2 today. So that they dropped that today. So Omni A editor, I don't know what this is. This is a video editor in the cloud with AI. I don't know. It hit my feed. I haven't played with it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Drop my Adobe Premiere license. I don't know. Videoreason.com, a very big video reasoning suite. So again, when you have these models that can solve problems, first frame, last frame, and do the whatever in between, this is important to pay attention to. Here's a, you know, solution to a maze, that kind of stuff. Um, More things that we need to pay attention to. Perpetual Wonder, long horizon action condensed 4D scene generation. So you can kind of see what's going on here. They're indicating where the wind should blow. So that was really cool. And then how the smoke should move. Applying the forces and how the system reacts to that. It's really cool. Just amazing, really. That's being generated. Generated reality, human-centric world simulation using interactive video generation with hand and camera control. This is really cool stuff. All these simulations. So you're like basically, ground truth. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Easy V2V, high quality instruction-based video editing framework. I don't know if there was anything on here. So again, we've seen these tools where you want to replace a design, just through a prompt, change the environment, change the background, change the character. So that was the input, that's the output. I mean, Pete, isn't this what you need? Maybe not the stylized, but
Yeah, yes and no.
it's not what you need yet, but it's a pretty cool demo.
Well, it's a cool demo, but is a client actually going to want that?
No, no.
Like all the success that I've had is because everything has value.
Right, right. Exactly.
It's not social media nonsense. So
Sorry, this is perfect for social media. This is perfect for social media nonsense.
yeah,
I think that's my number one use case, social media nonsense. I'm going to remember that. Make them smile, shake hands, and kiss. Yeah, it's broken and smushes, but wow. All right, moving on. Step-by-step guide to creating an ad with Kling 3.0. So again, prompt share, definitely. I love it when people share their workflow and how they build these things out. Um, Really grateful that people do this. What's next? Nano Banana Pro is improved after the Gemini 3.1 Pro update. So this is actually old. This is an old prompt share. This is using the old version of Nano Banana, not Nano Banana 2. C-Dance 2, Kling 3.0, camera movement for filmmakers, spiral ascending orbit shot, handheld push in, through shot, steady cam tracking, behind shot, low rear tracking shot, time lapse, shockwave orbit. Ooh, geez. Oh, that's disruptive. Crane to drop in. There you go. Anyway, good prompt share. Editorial portrait using Nano Banana Pro. That's a person right there. Couldn't tell. Uh, Characters, love it. More JSON prompting, which again, yeah, I'll need to start using that. There you go. I mean, that's something special in terms of what you're prompting to get and that effect. That's a prompt, folks. Unbelievable. Green numbers, projection beauty. I don't know what that is, but it looks kind of cool. It's clearly not the right logo. Or maybe it wasn't supposed to be. Original taste. Uh, what was this? Dance 2 tutorial. Person put together how they built it. Prompt share multiple shots with Kling 3.0. So you can see the structure here, shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. Again, it has that plasticky look, but that's not the issue. The issue is the structure, the prompt structure is what's important. More Nana Banana JSON prompting. So in my mind, this is perfect if you're doing advertising at scale. Prompt, immediately send that to Instagram. Only one person ever sees it. There you go. And you make the changes that target the person, target the individual. 3 separate prompts. This is really cool. I like the snowflakes on her face. And look at the pores. That's impressive. Look at the extra hairs. Got to take that to bring that into Photoshop to remove the hairs. That's AI created. Right, Kevin? AI advertisement is already here. Again, just beautiful stuff. By the way, I'm not playing the audio because I keep getting copyright strikes and dings on YouTube. So, beautiful. More prompt share. This is cool. I mean, what would have that taken to do that effect if that was what was needed for a commercial? Midjourney version 8. Oh, so this is their rating party results. Again, still a little glossy, but you can see some of the hairs. Interesting. That's cool. That's amazing. Good stuff. Gemini, Nano Banana Pro. Cool. Really cool. Food photography. Sorry, food photographers. Feel really bad, but I don't know how you're going to navigate this. Don't know what happened there. High fashion photography posters. So this is really cool. So the typography people in the room, the illustration people in the room need to pay attention to this. Don't know how you navigate this. I just don't, because that's a prompt. And I can put that prompt, that structure into an agent that'll produce these at scale and make changes at scale. Dance 2 video. This was cool. How I made an AI film step-by-step guide using InVideo. Again, not my favorite tool, but another how-to guide. Treat AI like a film crew. Write the story, design the characters. Love it. What was this? More prompt share. That's the prompt structure. Just beautiful. Multiple prompts, product shots. I'm not sure it's perfect. I know we would want to remove the, looking at you, Jenna, want to remove the eyedropper. I don't know why we want to remove the eyedropper, but somebody wants to remove the eyedropper. To prompt it without the eyedropper? I don't know. That's your homework. Okay. These are cute. Little sharks, little penguins, frog, koala. Yep. How to write Dance 2 prompts that won't get flagged. So again, prompt share, tutorials, more Dance prompting. Okay, Cdance 2.0. What was this? Quad modal AI filmmaking engine. This was, I guess, the skill for this. Um, this hit my feed. Yep, so I'm gonna go back. A comprehensive production pipeline for quad model AI filmmaking with Cdance 2.0. Oh, I showed this already. Actually, yeah, I showed this already, but thought there was another prompt there. Hollywood level, high-end beauty blockbuster text to video prompts. You can see, oh, this is the other thing. Note the timing here. This is another approach. Um, when you're specifying the actual edit in the prompt. Wow. JSON prompting, beautiful woman. I, yeah, this was really cool. Virtual try-on with Alora. Um, I can't play that, sorry. So you're specifying the outfit. This was done with Val. So if you need to make these types of changes, now you can. I don't know about you, but this stuff is stunning. It's not perfect, but it's still amazing that we can get there. Hyper precise virtual try-on, Laura. I mean, this is total replacement. I mean, that looks good. If you go through it frame by frame, I'm sure there's errors, but does it matter? I don't know. These were cool. Poster design. Come on. We've got students going to get graduate degrees for 2 years in illustration, and they're not allowed to use AI. This is done in a prompt.
Yeah, but as someone who's prompted Uber Mercedes cars, I'd have to say you really got to take a close look at that,
Oh yeah, there's mistakes, tons of them.
without a doubt.
But does
That's
it
one of the
matter?
hardest things that you could possibly do because it's a real item. Everyone knows what it looks like, and the brand themselves are going to be so particular about it.
That's today. I completely agree with you. The transformation effects is where they say this is an ad that's going to be seen by one person and one person only on Instagram or on Facebook or on TikTok. Then it doesn't matter. That's the transformation effects. And that's today. This is today. This is right now. And so imagine in 3 weeks when the next model comes out. That fixes whatever. And by the way, this is Nano Banana 1. All right. Not Nano Banana 2. So like we have to redo this prompt in Nano Banana 2 and see if it gets it.
Right.
This was interesting. Recreate any image. Our extract prompt tool analyzes an image and generates a highly detailed prompt you can instantly reuse. So, and again, this is like one of the techniques that I use for the creative director pipeline automation, where you upload an image and you ask it to describe the image, and then you can use that for feedback. You can use it for reprompting. I thought this was really a cool little tool. Text behind video, background removal, demo, and source code, all on Hugging Face. 10 AI presets to make your brand look elite, prompts, and assets. Cool. Uh, cute stuff. This is Nano Banana 2. That's amazing. Oh, this is a movie. It's a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes. Sorry. Really good little story there that they did. Worth taking a look at. All right, into some of the research. The geometry of alignment collapse when fine-tuning breaks safety. So one of the problems that we have with fine-tuning models, and for any of the AI practitioners in the room or who are listening to this, fine-tuning a model is the last thing I ever want to do. And the reason is it's expensive. And it, even though you might get better results in terms of the area that you're fine-tuning for, it winds up doing worse in other areas. And what they're discovering is that it also breaks the safety. So your model becomes less safe in side domains. So pay attention to that as well. UI Venus 1.5 model, another model that's doing really well. End-to-end GUI agent design for robust real-world applications. I don't think there's anything down here. Um, Molecular structure of thought, mapping the topology of long chain of thought reasoning. We've talked about some of the advanced prompting techniques for an LLM, and this is mapping that structure so we can understand how to get better results. Think deep, not just long, measuring LLM reasoning effort via deep thinking tokens. So one of the things that we are oftentimes paying attention to are the think tokens, the think tags inside of these models. And this is a study on tracking that information to get better results out of your LLM. GPT 5.3 Codex gets 86% on iBench, beating out all other models massively. This is really interesting because everybody thought it would have been Claude Opus 4.6. Not GPT 5.3. That was interesting. What was this? Liquid AI, LFM 2.5 web GPU. Small model runs 200 tokens per second directly in your web browser. Yep, really good. Oh, this is more prompt share. Weird, but interesting. So this was so I mentioned that Quen 3.5 released a new model. Sorry, Quen released 3.5. So this is one of their small models that I was running locally on my computer, and I just pulled this up because I wanted to be like, so where does this, I got some really good results out of it, and I was like, well, where does it fit relative to everybody else? And you can kind of see it's like this a score of 37 on intelligence relative to 57 from Gemini 3.1 Pro preview. So orders of magnitude difference here in terms of the model size. This is running on my laptop. I can put this into an agentic loop of sorts and get, depending on what I'm doing, I can get some good results out of it. Um, yeah, this was everything. This was another document on that. And so here's this. Oh, this is the big one. This is the big model, not the small one. So they have a 400 billion parameter model that they released. And again, that's at 45 when Claude Opus 4.6 is at 53. Interesting ratings. Yeah, and this is another Quen 3.5 arena rate. And this is the arena, so you can kind of pull up more overview of the different models and how they perform in the different domains. Yeah, text to image. Actually, they haven't updated this with oh no, this is it. This is Nano Banana 2. Wow. Preliminary. Gemini 3.1 flash image preview. Okay, so that's what they're calling it. Gemini 3.1 flash image. Oh, I wasn't sure. Okay. Mercury 2, the world's first reasoning diffusion LLM. So we've talked about how transformer models for large language models and diffusion models for image models. We now have diffusion models for large language models. So Mercury 2 is doing that. It's definitely something we need to pay attention to. So if you are in the universe of building out your agents, an agents.markdown file is the highest configuration point for agents. It's injected into every conversation, but research shows that doing it wrong actively hurts performance. I know that firsthand. Here's how to do it right, backed by data. So this person gave an analysis. I'm going to have to read this. I think that some of the problems that I'm facing with a few of my agents are because the agents markdown and some of the subsequent markdown files are conflicting with each other. Andre Karpathy talks about command line interfaces are super exciting precisely because they are legacy technology, which means AI agents can natively and easily use them, combine them, interact with them via the entire terminal toolkit. I definitely agree with this. Uh, command line for agents is definitely a superpower. OpenSage self-programming agent generation engine, discovering multi-agent learning algorithms with large language models, some simple economics of AGI. This, I think, is going to be a must read for folks. It's a long paper, but putting that in the Zoom chat. Uh, you might want to read this. You might want to skim it, or just upload it into Notebook LM or ChatGPT and ask it to explain to you why this is an important paper. It's going to kind of give a prediction on where we're going. Hermes agent, the open source agent that grows with you. This is something I'm definitely going to be playing with probably over the next week or two. This is new, another tool that might be better than OpenClaw, or at least different. I don't know if it's going to be better. OpenAI developers has a batch API. No one here cares about that. Delve compliance in days, security that lasts. I mentioned that liability and governance security issue. Automates compliance, busy work, saving you hundreds of hours. Very interesting. SweBench verified no longer measures frontier coding capabilities. It's becoming contaminated, I think is the big issue. Another article from Andre Karpathy. High level direction on agents. Agentic coding flywheel setup. This is interesting. A person came up with this architecture to build out their agents system. Haven't played with this. Gemini CLI to your workflow with hooks. This is old, but it's something I had missed. And you can now have hooks into your coding with Gemini CLI. Graphic detail, the state of marketing agency sector. UK agency employment is decreasing. Consolidation. Pharma pays the bills. Acquisitions. Pay attention to the marketing industry. Is there a community edition of Palantir? Meet Open Palantir. Palantir has competition. This was interesting. People talking about, is there an AI bubble? Part of the issue here is how many people are actually using AI. Apparently not very many, which means y'all are way ahead of the curve. So that's really good. Free chatbot users are green. Pays $20 a month. There you go. Uses coding scaffolding. Dude, tiny. Erdo's problem 392 was solved. Oh, sorry, not solved. This was AI effect assistance on overall task score by education level. So augmentation effects. This is a good article by none other than Cory Doctorow. Long, but good. Criticizing AI. AI is upending marketing on two fronts. Learning without websites. CEO to GEO, generative engine optimization. Conversational AI sits in the funnel. Second revolution, bots as customers. Designing for machine customers. Oh, that's a good idea. Design thinking is dead. Who would have thought? The rise of intelligence center design. Maybe that would have been something. Yeah, great idea. Exactly. Folks, we need to design for machine customers. Design thinking as human-centered design is dead. Thank you. The emerging field of bot psychology. That's fun. How are you thinking? How are you feeling today? I'm fine. So, marketing. What was this? Artists and writers are often hesitant to disclose they've collaborated with AI, and those fears may be justified. Dear Lord. I'm actually going to copy paste this so y'all read this. Your fears may be justified. Oh, this one broke. AI injury attorneys sued ChatGPT in another AI psychosis case. I have mixed feelings about this. There's dangers here, but who's liable for it? Should OpenAI be liable? Should the AI manufacturers be liable? If China releases a model that's better, or when China releases a model that's better, does that mean the liability goes to China? No, I don't know how to navigate this. Yes, there's harms, but at a certain point, people and their families, who's responsible? The parents, the kids, the individual? I don't know. I'm stuck. It's a moral quandary. Quick as a blink, Chinese scientists unveil 3D printing in under a second. I know this is not related to our normal thing, but I thought, oh, this is really cool. They're basically shining light in. Oh, it blocked me. They're shining light inside of a chamber, inside of a gel, and it solidifies it. Really cool. Wait, why are these crashing on me. 90% of sales teams use AI agents, but half of them have the same data problem. Again, data people. Reload. 8 billion tokens a day forced AT&T to rethink AI orchestration. We talked about orchestration and that orchestration layer and cut costs by 90%. So there are things that you can do to improve quality and reduce your costs. This was a great article on how they went about doing it. U.S. government warned NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, Tim Cook, and Lisa Su that China could invade Taiwan by 2027. Apple CEO reportedly says he sleeps with one eye open. We need to be prepared for Taiwan to fall. Just get ready for it and what that means to our society if and when, sorry, not if, when that happens. I can talk more about that when we're not being recorded. Popular science. Man accidentally gains control of 7,000 robot vacuums. Talk about a good hack. DJI. Oopsie. What is going on with my CNN? Chinese official use of ChatGPT accidentally revealed a global intimidation operation. Not surprised by this at all. Meta prompting is a skill everyone who uses AI needs to master in 2026. For those of you who've been with me for a few years now, this is something we talked about 2.5 years ago. So I'm glad that Gary Tan is now caught up to meta prompting. Very good. By the way, for those of you who don't know, ask, here's what I want to do. AI, give me the prompt, then take the prompt, open up a new conversation, and use that prompt. It works. It's good. AI turning point, why creators should shut up about using it. Yeah, that's right. Creatives need to start using this stuff. Accenture tells employees to use AI or risk losing promotions. Flattery gets you nowhere unless it's AI generated. Andrew Ng has a great article on LinkedIn about his experience with AI and his daughter. Is this the end of my career? What creatives think about the brutal state of freelance? Yes, this is the end of your career. Get ready for it. Enhancing worker productivity without automating tasks, a different approach to AI and the task-based model. Okay, so again, you know me and my economics and my business stuff. This is a good paper from January. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. This is from last July, Economics of Bicycles of the Mind. And wrapping it up, the labor assessment of where we are today. So a bunch of 22,000 layoffs in tech, Block, Amuvio, Wise Tech. I don't really know these companies, but more Salesforce. Yeah, well, we covered that last week. Pay attention. That's where we're at. Thank you all for joining. I tried to get through this as quickly as possible. I'm going to stop the recording and I will stick around for some overtime. Thank you all for coming. And please do share this. I hope this was valuable. I'll see you next week.